Hello and welcome to round 3 of the largest UK national championships there has ever been.
Oh, there has ever been.
There has ever been. Yeah, I have a little bit of a flair on that one.
Yes, of course, you have to retain your British heritage.
Exactly.
It has to be sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Kooky.
Posh. Oh.
Yeah, posh works too.
Posh? Well, I'm not from the posh part of the UK. But anyway, that was a bit of an extended break. We were having some small technical issues that caused a bit of a longer break. However, we have got an amazing match for you lined up here. What's going on, Matt?
So we're going to be seeing Oliver Taylor playing Paleozoic frogs, and he's going to be going toe-to-toe against Reece Standley, who's playing Infernoids.
Yeah, that's pretty strange. And both of these players kind of have like a quirk about them. So Oliver is from Perth. So yeah, long trip to get here.
Did he fly to the UK to play this tournament?
Yes.
Just this tournament?
Yeah.
Okay, that's commitment.
Yeah. I mean, I hope we get to interview him.
I don't go back to visit my family, and they're an hour away. So
yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. Like
yeah.
to commit to a tournament, that's
yeah, pretty impressive.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but apparently he's not Australian, but he lives in Perth. So I don't know where he's from, but anyway, we didn't get too much into detail. I just need to know what flag he wanted on the live stream, and he said Australian. And Reece Standley, I was getting rather confused when I couldn't find any statistics for him, as you will see in a minute, because it's his first tournament.
His first tournament, and he's decided to go with an incredibly complex Infernoid deck. When I say complex, it's Infernoids. It tries to send as many cards to the graveyard as quickly as possible. Then just summons a bunch of monsters and wins in one turn. But he's playing Trooper and Machine Duplication. So the old school Troop Dupe Scoop might still apply if he sends 9 Infernoid monsters to the graveyard. Yeah,
and with that in mind, let's head on over to the table and see if we can see that happen. Here we are. So we have very limited data from Australia. So Oliver has played in 2 of the regionals over there. Reasonable win rate.
Yeah. Just over 50%.
Yeah. That's scary. That's a scary opening there.
Now, what are the records for these players at the moment?
I think they're EXO.
Reece's first tournament, National Championship, playing Infernoid in a Sky Striker format, and he's EXO.
Yeah, I think both of these guys are EXO right now. So,
try to remember what my tournament cards are. Which one's that? Is that Void Imagination?
Banishment, I think.
You might remember this one a little bit better. I believe you were casting around the time.
Yeah, the spells and traps not so good with. The monsters, very much remember them.
Into the Void, I know that one.
Into the Void, I know that one, yeah.
That one's
a good one.
Oh, we've got the 1-for-1 for Decatron.
Yeah, Decatron, that's the one, another one. So he didn't open with Trooper. And he has Petrulia here. Petrulia can pop the back rows. So he's going to hit. Just happened to hit the Sun Strike.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Okay,
so, yeah,
so
Lost Wind.
That gives you information, though, right?
Yeah, that's important.
Like, if your opponent looks at that card and then flips a different one to negate that.
Yeah. This is a pretty good start for Infernoid.
Surely you go for Decatron and you're thinking about going after that back row again, right?
Yeah, I think so. But it's hard to say because
there you are.
That's where that's going to stop right there. Decatron is pretty strong.
Now, watch Reece's last 2 cards be Trooper and Machine Duplication.
That would be pretty hilarious, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, so the way that this deck actually functioned to get a lot of damage on the field was to summon non-effect monsters. That's another Petrulia.
So wow, he clears the entire 4 back row in a single turn.
Wow. And he doesn't want a TT.
The torrential tribute, which probably means his face down card is a Dupe Frog with 2000 defense.
Yeah, let's double check. It is. No, it's a Ninja Frog. It's the Ronin Toadin.
Oh, Ronin Toadin.
Yeah. Oh, what? I know where those card troopers were.
Oh, wow, that Machine Duplication is way less impressive.
Yeah, but let's see. That's a Tondel, so he can double attack.
Oh, it's double attack. Is he attacking banish, right?
Yeah, sorry, a Tondel is the banish at the end of the battle phase.
Not feeling so good about Oliver's deck right now.
No, me neither. And then at the end of the battle phase, that's going to get banished, and that's Lost Wind. And it's Dynamistress. So he needs another card to be able to.
This match is going to be rough for him because Oliver wants to try and control his opponent's field as much as possible, and Infernoids, when they can come out of the graveyard, like Fairy Tale Snow, incredibly difficult to keep up.
Yeah.
And you've got things like Minerva that's able to just keep loading the graveyard up with resources, your cards keep coming back. Really, really rough to play. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, calls it a
Reece
day.
taking game one very quickly. Guys, you might have another 50-minute break, just saying.
Yeah. Honestly,
we can just sit here and we can practice our stand-up, but
yeah, no, that wouldn't go very
more
well.
like a sit down for me, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm getting a bit lazy.
Yeah.
That's why Rob's on the standing desk. We didn't want to get up.
No, that's true. No, it's I must say I picked Oliver because he asked for a feature match and he's from Perth, so he had like 2 out of the 3 things that are necessary for a feature match. The third one being a really good record. So he was from an interesting place, interesting deck, and he was doing pretty well. So yeah, he kind of ticked all the boxes.
Yeah, well, that first game was pretty decisively in Reece's favour. So, taking a look at Oliver's side deck, he's got the Ash Blossoms actually sided. He has the Triple Mind Crush Mistake, Gamma-Silver Sea Turtle, and Wiretap. Now, I'm trying to think of how you'd interact with this, because if your opponent goes for Infernoid or Noclu, is that it?
Unchew.
Yes. Like, would you ever want to Kaiju that? Because they can just fish it back out and clear your field.
Yeah, it depends on what their graveyard's looking like. So the Infernoid deck does struggle with its graveyard resources. It's not like Dragon Rulers where it was just infinite.
Well, each Dragon Ruler adds a Dragon Ruler.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas the Infernoids do have a hard limit on, you know, how many Infernoids are in the graveyard is your number of resources. So those 3 banished Infernoids are usually pretty tough to get out more than once.
Cost intensive.
Yeah, because even getting them out once requires you to have milled 4 cards.
Milled? What's this milled?
Milled.
You keep saying this thing, and I have no idea what you mean.
Requires you to have put 4 Infernoid monsters in the graveyard.
GY.
In the GY, yes.
Yeah.
In the GY. JY's GY.
JY's GY. We did that to shorten the text.
Yeah.
It
does say graveyard on the game mats, just saying.
I'm going to put a sticker over that that says GY. Just
Oh, it says GY as well, in
it?
brackets. It says graveyard, bracket, GY,
There you go, now
close bracket.
So now you have no excuse, it's not even on the game map.
What? It says graveyard?
It still says GY.
Yeah, it also says, I don't know, promotional item, but I'm not going to constantly call the graveyard promotional item, am I?
Oh no, that's just silly. Okay, we're going to see the opening hands. Ash Blossom has come in for Oliver. Yeah, sorry guys, I was trying to think of what kind of siding options, but I don't think the Oliver's side deck is particularly well suited to go against the Infernoid match, because it seems to be like so far off the radar that you must be pretty lost if you're looking in the Infernoid box at this point. But
hey.
Reece is definitely getting work done.
He's playing double anti-spell.
See, you say this is his first tournament, but I'm looking at his deck, and this looks pretty well refined actually. Like, he's had help with this.
Yeah. Decatron getting ashed.
Oh, we've got the anti-spell to prevent any kind of nonsense with... Is it Void Imagination, the one where you get to essentially fusion summon from your deck?
Yep. What is that? Oh, Desires. Okay. Well, but he can't play that Desires right now. He's locked himself out. He's going to have to set it. I feel like it.
So anti-spell is a pretty good card, and now you get
for Olanodes, yeah. I was a bit like, why is he playing more anti-spells? But yeah, Olanodes went to the graveyard. So.
Ribbit.
Yeah, the Toad.
Totally awesome. He's just going to start eating his opponent's cards.
No. Joshua Schmidt probably felt the summon of Totally Awesome. I think globally he feels the summon of every Totally Awesome.
More, I would just imagine he's just sort of like outside enjoying the sunshine right now. Maybe he's watching stream, maybe he's getting ready for the WCQ.
Maybe.
I think he's so far on the points lead that he's possibly locked the German ticket to Worlds.
I think so.
I need to double check that for certainty, but like at this point, Joshua could not, I think he can just get away with not even attending the WCQ. He'll go, of course, he did as he did in the Zodiac format. And we're going to see another Infernoid monster. Let me just try and remember which one that one is. Is that Prima? Pyramus?
Pyramus, yeah.
Yes, and he targets set cards, right?
Yep. He can target set cards and they get shuffled into the deck.
That's pretty good against Paleozoic.
I don't know why I had this random feeling that Pyramas put them on the bottom, but I may be wrong.
Trooper.
Dupe?
No, you'd have to flip that dupe up pretty hard. There it is. There it is.
Irony. Oh, and there's an Unchu.
Oh yeah, he. Again, you got to try and get through this totally awesome, right? Who's constantly threatening to
negate your stuff.
Oh, and you can't attack it, can you? Because the dupe frog protect. Oh no, totally awesome is not a frog. He's a toad, and he's awesome.
Hence the name.
Yeah.
So banish 3 for. That's Size Mass. That's the one that attacks twice, so it can attack over the.
No, it's attacking banish guy, I think, right?
Oh yeah, Tondal is the guy who.
Super interesting how he chose to not attack the totally awesome, right? Or does Dupe Frog says definitely you can't attack other frogs, right? Or monsters, because that would make way more sense to me.
Yeah, I think you have to attack Dupe Frog first.
Okay.
He's the lawyer frog. You always have to defeat the lawyer before you attack the defendant. That's how it works.
I don't imagine any courtroom has ever gone like that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it depends how you look at it, right?
Yeah, that's how it works.
A battle of wits.
Yeah. We agreed this back in Prague with Joshua Schmidt, so just saying, and drop his name in there. He agreed on this, so. We did agree on this.
So now they're asking, can I negate Simas? Is that Simas with Totally Awesome?
Yes. I mean, yeah, of course you can. But actually, it's in the battle phase. There you go. Monster Gate. That's strong.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's a Decatron.
Okay, that was not as epic as I wanted it to be, but still, Decatron's pretty strong.
No, he has a light bulb on his head.
Because he's always full of great ideas.
Today I'm going to pretend to be something bigger.
Yeah.
And just eat all your cards.
It's like Stars in Your Eyes. Do you remember that show?
Yeah. It's where it was like where you just go and sing, right? And
yeah, you pretend to be a different singer and they like dress you up like the singer.
So it was like glorified karaoke.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. There's Deviaty. Yeah, Decatron is just basically that show, but in a monster.
How long does Decatron copy the effect for, by the way?
I think it's just for 1 turn, but I think that's wrong at the same time. I don't know. Let's have a look. I think it's forever, actually.
Yeah, sorry guys, this was a very long time ago for me and not a format I casted a lot, so...
Yeah, I didn't play this deck when they had Decatron, so... Yeah, you do get to keep it forever. Yeah, when I played Infernoids, it wasn't with Decatron.
Now we're going to see a Link summon. Very comfortable cat. Do little Chimera. And yep, there's the back row getting destroyed.
Yeah,
I remember Deviaty lets you tribute monsters to negate spells and traps and banish them, right?
One is one and one is the other.
Yeah, Deviaty destroys traps and I think it negates spells and traps as well. I'm pretty sure an clue is monster effects.
Yeah, I think they negate the opposite thing to what they blow up.
Oh, so this one negates monsters.
Yeah, so Deviaty destroys all the spells and traps on the field, but negates monster effects, and the other one does the opposite.
Right, okay. And it's fire monster, so it's getting plus 500 attack, if that wasn't scary enough.
Yeah, which puts it up all the way to 3,400. That's the same as the Mass Beast. No, a bit bigger than Mass Beast, in fact.
Mass Beast was 3,300, I think he
was.
Yeah,
33, yeah. Shanato, King of a Higher Plane, was 32. What was it, 33? Pretty big anyway. There's very few monsters that have over 3,000 attack. Shanato is one of my favourites. Not a popular opinion, but one of my favourite arcs of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monster series was the one with Shanato. Remember the one?
Yeah, I remember. I'm just kind of I don't know. Well, the whole classic was really good, to be honest. Even that series, it was good.
Yeah. I just liked the Deckmaster series. I thought it was quite a cool little quirk.
It was. I'll give you that. It was interesting to sort of see what they do from show to show.
Yeah. Now we kind of have that with skills in Duel Links.
Yeah, in a way. You essentially choose a Deckmaster and then you load them up with a super awesome, powerful skill, which changes deck building.
Yeah, just
That's
super
actually
fun.
something that was super interesting when I was back when I was playing Duel Links. It was like how much skills change deck building.
Yeah.
More was like, oh, when you start with Yami, all of a sudden this rogue doll's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember the best one was the Happy Hunting Grounds one that Mai had. I could never ever get it to drop.
First time I played mine, that's one of the first drops.
Yeah, I could never get it to drop, and then as well I played Marek and couldn't get the Marek one to drop either. The one where every time you send a fiend to the graveyard, you send another fiend.
I spent a whole weekend on the Bakura event when he first came out to get the 2 million points.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the card you needed to farm the event, so I ended up spending the whole weekend to get the icon. And I was just like, felt so proud of myself, and I realized I'd spent like an entire Sunday getting a JPEG.
Yeah.
And
no regrets.
I don't know how I felt about it after that. Every time I thought of it, I was like, oh, that was a lot of work. There we go, it's a handshake. Reece is going to take it down from Oliver very quickly, only 14 minutes into the round, and Reece is already walking away with a victory.
That is pretty swift.
All right, well, let's get him over.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the match in our post-match discussion. We're back. I don't think there was much to say about that one.
No, that was a really rough matchup for Oliver, particularly when Infernoid can just do so much, and your entire Paleozoic deck is like dedicated to manipulating your opponent's actions. But when your opponent's actions can be basically infinite, depending on the cards that come off the top of the deck, you end up in this situation where you're just not able to effectively control. Because it's not only do you have to worry about the cards you can see in the graveyard that can come back up, that also do extra exchanges, like the Sisymus, which is just taking out 2 cards per turn.
Yeah,
you also have to worry, Sisymus, sorry, and you also got the cards in the hand that are also getting ripped away from you. So Oliver just had a really horrible matchup there.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
All the credit to Reece for just ripping the shreds of the back row and just carrying on with his day.
Yeah, that was really good. Well, we have Reece with our reporter Robert Hooley on the sideline, so let's go over and see those guys.
And we're back with the winner of our previous feature match. Now, gotta say, very, very swift game you've got going on there.
Yeah.
I see that you're playing Infernoids now. What's your choice with that?
Well, basically, I figured that like Card Trooper and Dante both mill for cost. One of the big threats to this format, I feel, is Ash Blossom. So I figured that with Card Trooper and Dante milling for cost, you can get some good setup that's pretty hard to stop. That's really the only reason. I feel like Infernoids are the best deck that can benefit from the Grave setup, really.
Okay, so what's your Sky Striker matchup? Because that's one of the big contenders this weekend.
Well, I've not actually played the matchup against Sky Strikers. It's hard to say how I'd go into it without actually, playing against it.
Oh, I see. So you've not done any testing against it at all?
Not particularly, no.
Ooh, that's dangerous. That
I
is.
think they've got quite alright.
Now, I don't know if you know, but I think your opponent actually came all the way over from Australia, just to play in this one tournament.
Yeah.
And you just beat him. So, other than Skyscrapers, which you've not played up against, what have you played so far? You've had 2 rounds of the tournament. You're 2 at the moment, is that right?
No, I'm 2-1.
2-1 at the moment, yeah. So what is it that you've come up against so far?
Well, so far I've came up against, so in the first round it was against Pendulum Magicians. That was a 2-1 victory because games 2 and 3 I opened up Anti-Spell Fragrance, which is basically a free win. And then the second round was against ABC Paleozoic or something, which I just got completely bodied by because I can't out the back row in that deck.
That's fair. So, the game that you just played, is there anything that you'd like to tell everybody at home about it? Was there anything you'd like to particularly say, your favourite move that you'd done during that game just then?
Not particularly. I mean, I was very scared going into it because, as I say, I lost round 2 to a stun deck that was Paleozoic, so yeah, I was very scared.
Well, it's great that you came out of that and learned from it and was able to kind of take the Swift 2-0 there. Now, it's great to have you here. We'll hopefully see you again later. Thank you very much for coming on, and we'll head right back to our presenters.
Thank you, Robert. That's interesting. Interesting.
I think he's brave.
It's pretty brave.
Not testing that Sky Striker matchup, but hey, you know, trial by fire, right? You're going to see that happening this weekend.
Yeah.
If you're winning, there's no way you're not playing that matchup.
No, I'm interested. So yeah, he's playing full 3 anti-spell fragrances, so that could help against the Sky Striker matchup quite a bit.
Yeah, he does have the OTK potential, but to push the Infernoids through the window that he creates, and he's also got Mistaken Arrest as well.
Yeah.
To also help with that matchup. I think that's brave though. Luke.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I didn't even test it. Like,
Yeah, I must say.
like if I'm going to a national championship with a lot on the line, I would have almost certainly tested that. But as you mentioned, this is like his first tournament, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. So
excellent start. You
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. Absolutely.
We'll see how that progresses throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I think Infernoids are always one of those ones that are kind of, you know, just out of nowhere can just come and beat anyone because of that huge monster potential.
There are some huge threats in that deck where if it just goes off, you just lose. It's like almost old school Future Fusion.
Yeah,
Right, where it's like they just play Future Fusion and then just that plays us out for the rest of the game.
yeah, exactly. I think there was a period where Blue Eyes was kind of like that as well, where just the sheer raw strength of a Blue Eyes White Dragon was able to, you know, just take out any deck because they could just do so much damage so quickly. And I think that Infernoids are kind of similar in that way, just that they have such huge monsters that can just wipe your life points out really quickly.
Their monsters are just big. Their monsters actually do something as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like,
just I see them as kind of similar in the way that they just come out of nowhere in the format. So
I love the cleanup crew that we saw coming down when his opponents.
Yeah,
Oliver
Petrulia's
setting, like a bunch of back row and then Petrulia, Decatron, and just force us all down. It's like I've still got a bunch of other actions that I can make, even with this. And it's like, oh yeah, we'll just go ahead and make Minerva. Hey, here's more options that I can play with. So it was like, just able to clear up so hard on the back row is a very strong thing to have right now in this current game.
Yeah, I think that was a real fascinating game, and yeah, we got to see something that was really strange on both sides of the table.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that progresses throughout the tournament. There's a player that I was talking to earlier who's playing Dark Spiral, and he's currently doing pretty well. So
yeah, I think we might have him on next. Yeah,
maybe see if we can get him on next.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for our round 3 feature match. This probably is going to be a bit of an extended break because we finished so quickly, but we're going to work to get the next feature match on as soon as possible. We'll catch you guys soon.